Hey everyone, I'm Mr. Twery. Let's get to it. Today, we are digging in. Literally, we are getting into the dirt. Today's episode is all about interactions between humans and the environment. In AP World History Modern, this theme is all about how humans shape the environment and how the environment shapes us, where people migrate and how people settle there. Floods, famines, farming, forests and fires, pathogens and pollution. It's nature meets history meets human survival with varying degrees of success. This theme is more than just recycling and planting trees. This theme shows how geography, resources, and climate shape history. If you've ever fought your lawnmower or tried to survive a camping trip with zero cell service, congratulations! You're acquainted with this theme already. I'm going to be honest with you here. Of all the spiced tea themes in AP World History Modern, the interactions between humans and the environment theme, or interactions for short, pops up the least. But when it does, you would be best to acknowledge and recognize it. It covers some of the most consequential events in human history. Remember, as part of this series on spiced tea themes, interactions is yellow in our color-coded system, just like the bright sun in the sky in nature. Let's run through how this shows up in each time period. In period 1, 1200 to 1450, the rise of agriculture continued to define how people lived. The spread of rice cultivation in East Asia, shout out Champa rice, the use of terrace farming in the Andes by the Inca, all provided humans more opportunities to harvest the necessary sustenance by shaping the environment how they needed to. Going into further time periods in the class, humans will be using more and more advanced technology to modify the landscape. Hence the name, interactions. But don't forget, for as much as human interaction is modifying or adapting to the environment would and does hit back. The Black Plague spread across all of Eurasia during this period and is estimated to have killed more than half the population of Europe. This spiced tea theme is not an eye for an eye, but it is important to see both parts of the relationship at work. In period 2, 1450 to 1750, we arrive at the Columbian Exchange. Plants, people, and pathogens swap across the Atlantic Ocean like a global farmer's market with no supervision. As demand for sugar plantations increases, they spread out across and reshaped the Caribbean environment. While smallpox and other diseases reshaped entire civilizations, Europeans brought with them across the Atlantic Ocean diseases that indigenous people in the Americas had never encountered and had no immunity to. Pathogens like these are estimated to be the largest killer of people in the Americas during this period, with as much as 80% of the total population. So far, disease in this spiced tea theme has had an enormous impact on human beings. Man, this theme is a whole highlight reel of historical disasters. Just nature being nature. In period 3, 1750 to 1900, the Industrial Revolution belched smoke into the skies of European cities. Just like burping at the dinner table is bad, so is putting industrialized pollution in the atmosphere, apparently. Increased urbanization and the work of factories have polluted natural resources like rivers. Railroads reshaped landscapes to make way for new tracks and rail systems. Also, more people started noticing that maybe, just maybe, this all had consequences. Beyond creating room for agriculture, deforestation and reshaping landscapes were dramatically deteriorating environments, while also fueling industrialization, though. In period 4, 1900 to the present, climate change, desertification, deforestation, population growth, humans build massive dams, drop nukes, and knock down more trees. It's in this period that historians and archaeologists have designated the beginning of the Anthropocene. This new period, according to experts, is the moment of the Earth's existence, where human beings have had both a significant and lasting legacy on the surface of the Earth. In our relationship with planet Earth, humans are officially, in this period, dubbed the most consequential force on Earth. So, if you were going to write about this spiced tea theme in a future essay, let's look at what that might look like. Here is your AP-style prompt. Evaluate the extent to which human interactions with the environment contributed to economic or political change in the period 1450 to 1750. Solid. Here's a good thesis statement. Ready? Between 1450 and 1750, human interactions with the environment, especially through plantation agriculture and global diffusion of crops and diseases, drastically reshaped economic systems, particularly in the Americas and West Africa. Very specific thesis. Here is some solid evidence that would help you back up that thesis statement. You could talk about sugar plantations in the Caribbean, smallpox outbreaks in the Americas from the Columbian Exchange, the introduction of African rice and okra and bananas, horses are transforming indigenous people's hunting practices, all sorts of stuff. Human-environment interactions are a constant in our world, from getting rained on as you wait at your bus stop in the morning to reshaping the Earth's surface to the death of human populations. Sometimes students can find this theme confusing because it can be pretty encompassing. So, remember, this theme explores how humans adapt to, modify, and depend on their environment. Think migration, agriculture, disease, resource use, and environmental consequences. Next time, I'll be taking on the cultural spiced tea theme. That's it. I'm all done here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.